Good evening. You've tuned into headlines now on NDTV Hindu. I'm Evelyn Matthew joining you this Thursday night with the day's fireworks at the State Assembly, the shocking crimes that surface these days in Namma, Chennai. But if there's someone who's looking to clean up the mess, I mean the physical muck and garbage along your neighborhood streets, well, it is none other than Big Brother, the Chennai Corporation. In the approaching days, expect vans that fumigate your zone for that mosquito menace that you've been complaining about all these days, or even lorries sweeping your streets spick and span. Well, the man behind the drive, Chennai's Corporation Commissioner, Mr. D. Karthikeyan, in fact, joins me on the show tonight. But before we go across to him live for what we can expect in these days ahead, the headlines now. Chief Minister Jayalalitha lambasted the Lankan Defence Secretary for his comments on economic sanctions made at the Assembly, says it's like the devil quoting scriptures. The Chennai Corporation kick-started its clean-up act at 30 spots, including market hubs. If there's something rotten in your street, call 1913. The Chennai police busts a prostitution racket. The kingpin used to work as a nurse at a corporate hospital. High-tension live wires lie exposed out on the streets of Chennai. Even after that, these death traps claimed innocent lives. The TNEB does little by passing the buck. And a security agency in the city is denied a contract by a temple only because it is run by a man of a different religion. Let's also get you the rest of the day's stories nationally and from across the world as well. British Prime Minister David Cameron hits out at rioters, says there needs to be more discipline starting out at the school level. A father who lost his son appeals to the rioters. NDTV visits Ground Zero, where 3 British Asians were killed. Shocking visuals of how police shot unarmed fleeing farmers who were protesting on the Pune-Mumbai highway on Tuesday. The Modi government targets another police officer who may be charge-sheeted for handling over phone call records to the Nanavati Commission. The Mayawati government bans the film Arakshan based on reservation. The Punjab government holds it till a committee decides. After the Dow loses more than 500 points over the recession fears, Asian markets follow. The Sensex ends 0.5% down. And rain delays play with India looking to get breakthroughs. England are at 140 runs behind with all wickets in hand. Our top story tonight, the Chief Minister has played her card for the Sri Lankan Tamil brethren on the 4th day of the Assembly today. Ms. Jayalalitha blew her top over comments made by Sri Lanka's Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa on a resolution by the state that sought economic sanctions for its war crimes. She in fact compared his remarks to the devil quoting scriptures. The Assembly moved a special attention motion to condemn Gotabaya. In addition to that, the DMDK, with the support from other political leaders, brought a special attention motion as well. This has been in the backdrop of thousands of Tamil civilians being killed in the recent wars. Amma has now urged the centre to summon the Sri Lankan envoy in Delhi to condemn these remarks. The Chief Minister, in fact, today clarified that the resolution passed in the Assembly on the 9th of June was based on the United Nations panel of experts report, which found the allegations of war crimes against Sri Lanka credible.
இலங்கை தமிழர்களுக்கு மறுவாழ்வளிக்கப்படும் வரை, இலங்கை தமிழர்கள் தங்கள் சொந்த இடங்களில் மீண்டும் குடியமர்த்தப்படும் வரை, சிங்களர்களுக்கு இணையான அந்தஸ்து அவர்களுக்கு கிடைக்கும் வரை எனது தலைமையிலான அரசு ஓயாது என்பதையும், தமிழர்களின் இந்த நியாயமான உரிமைகளை வென்றெடுக்க தேவையான ராஜதந்திர நடவடிக்கைகளை எனது அரசு எடுக்கும் என்பதையும் தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு, தமிழ்நாடு சட்டமன்ற பேரவையில் நிறைவேற்றப்பட்ட தீர்மானத்திற்கு உள்நோக்கம் கற்பிக்கும் வகையில் பேட்டி அளித்துள்ள இலங்கை அரசின் பாதுகாப்பு செயலாளர் திரு கோத்தபய ராஜபக்சேவுக்கு இந்திய தூதர் மூலம் தனது கண்டனத்தை மத்திய அரசு தெரிவிக்க வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டுக்கொண்டு அமைகிறேன்.
Meanwhile, allies of the ruling AIADMK have welcomed Ms. Jayalalitha's comments on the war crimes in the neighbouring island nation. CPM Legislative Party Leader A. Soundarajan and the AISMK's Legislative Party Leader R. Sarath Kumar said that Gotabaya Rajapakse's remarks were in fact unwarranted.
Gotabaya Rajapakse, the Defence Minister of Sri Lanka, has unwarrantedly commented a resolution passed in the Tamil Nadu State Assembly. The Tamil Nadu State Assembly has passed a resolution with regard to Sri Lankan Tamil issue that the Sri Lankan government should resolve the issue politically, and also some devolution of powers to Tamil people, the north and eastern region. Our resolution only aimed at our central government to ask, to press, you please intervene and talk to the Sri Lankan government to make amicable settlement. In this, about this resolution, Gotabaya Rajapaksa has no business to intervene and condemn it or to say his point. But he has intervened. This is condemnable.
Now, it's atrocious, and it has definitely brought the statement has to be condemned, and very clearly it has been condemned by the calling attention motion today and the members, and in Samatha Mokkal Katchi we associated with that, and I think it is an irresponsible statement made by him. I think they should be open to investigation, and it is not only Tamil Nadu government that is insisting for an investigation, but it's the world body, and they are the ones who want the investigation, and the video clippings that were shown were authenticated. In such a case, I think they should start getting they are really panicking, and that is why they come out with statements like this to take the attention of the people from the main issue, which is war crimes. And I think the Chief Minister is very clear and very strong in her decision, and we will take this up with the central government, and the central government is showing a lot of irresponsibility, I would say, in not I would say heeding to the request of the Tamil Nadu government and also resolution passed by the Tamil Nadu government.
Moving on, if last year saw a beautified Chennai city, well, this year's aim is at creating a cleaner and a greener city. The Chief Minister has got a mass cleaning program in order, and it has already taken off at the ground level, with the Chennai Corporation having kick-started a drive at 30 locations in 10 zones on a daily basis during the late afternoon hours. Now, in addition to these areas, marketplaces like T Nagar, the Flower Bazaar will have similar work during the night hours though. Another plan is the fumigation program that should hopefully put an end to the mosquito menace in the city. For this, portable pump sets will be used to clear stagnant water from residential areas. But in case your area is not being covered or you have a complaint about such measures not being proactive in your zone, you can lodge a complaint with the helpline number, that's 1913. But just to get us a better picture of what really is going to happen in the forthcoming days, joining us live is Chennai's Corporation Commissioner, Dr. D. Karthikeyan. Thanks very much indeed, sir, for joining us this evening on Headlines. Now, just to get a sense of the magnitude of this mega operation that's so very challenging to you and your team, how widespread is the awareness by itself on this mass cleaning program?
About this mass cleaning program, sir?
No, it has come out in the press, and it is also likely to come in the visual media. So people are aware of this program, and I expect people to cooperate with the corporation in achieving desired results.
Right, just to state an example, when I drive to our NDTV Hindu office myself, I've seen many roads in the city that have been dug up for stormwater drains. How many such places have really been dug up for such purposes, and how many have been relayed? Is there a deadline that your body has set?
Have been dug up, and like how many roads have
No, this is a massive stormwater drain construction program that the corporation is doing for the first time in the city at a cost of about 814 crores. So roads are likely to be dug up just to lay a scientific stormwater drain, which will really help the public during the monsoon time. So they have to bear with the intermediate disturbance while construction. We will not take up any new works. Whatever is the work that has been commenced, all that will be completed before the monsoon.
Right, so also that now that the monsoons are almost upon us, the mozzie menace is the biggest concern for every Chennaiite. What and how do you plan to implement the measures in a way better than perhaps last year's?
Fogging is done on a daily basis. We have a route chart for fogging operations, and we do check whether it is being done on the regular basis. Besides that, our officials spray the ML oil in the stormwater drains and wherever water is stagnated. We also take steps to clean up the accumulated old tires, old coconut shells and all other bleeding sources. We are also taking steps to close the uncovered overhead tanks in the residences.
Right, sir. Just to get a sense of the reported cases, the cases of perhaps like a malaria or a dengue, which have been perhaps on the rise, or have they reported otherwise? What are your health officers telling you?
No, it's definitely not on the rise. There are some sporadic instances, sporadic reports coming in certain packets, which we attend with intensified intensity.
I know it's a busy period for you ahead even at these hours, but just before we let you go, there have also been reports of many contractors being blacklisted. Most of them have also even denied some of the contracts. Will there be any new contracts which we can expect to be awarded in the near future?
Private contractors, no, not on garbage front anybody has been blacklisted so far. Some contractors have been blacklisted, for example some road contractors and other fellows. They cannot take up work in the corporation. Otherwise, there is no other crisis in awarding contracts and all here.
All right. Thanks very much indeed for taking our time to speak to us, and wish you all the best on this mass and mega project that you are taking on. Thanks once again, Dr. D. Karthikeyan there. Now, cleaner, greener and a more friendlier cities, that's what we can at least expect, and that is also the present motto of the present government and the Chennai Corporation, which has in fact swung into action to implement that 3-month Clean Up Chennai mission. My colleague Krishnamurthy in fact did a ground check of that mission in progress. Take a look.
It's 2:30 in the afternoon and it's time for corporation workers to get down to business of mopping up the city. Acting on Chief Minister's orders, for the next 3 months, Chennai Corporation will attempt to clean the entire city of its filth, targeting about 3 to 6 wards in a week.
Funds for this massive cleanup drive comes from the recent budget, where the AIADMK government allocated 500 crores for Chennai Megacity Development Mission. While there is no financial crunch, manpower is.
ஆமா, அந்த இடங்கள்ல கொஞ்சம் சிரமம் இருக்கு எங்களுக்கு. ஏன்னா அவங்களுடைய டெண்டர் வந்து முடிய போகுது அந்த கான்ட்ராக்ட் பீரியட். ஸோ அதுக்கு புதுசாக டெண்டர் வைக்க போகிறோம். அவங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் இருக்கிற வேலையாட்கள் கம்மியாகிறாங்க. அதனால அவங்களுக்கு இருக்கின்ற மிஷினரிஸ்லாம் கொஞ்சம் ரிப்பேர் ஆகுதுன்னு கம்ப்ளைண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கு. We have a problem, we are addressing it and we are trying to do.
And the corporation's clean drive will be transparent. The status would be updated on this website and residents can call the hotline 1913 if the civic workers fail to do the job.
இது இப்படி க்ளீன் பண்ணால் ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கும். கொசு இதெல்லாம் சேராம அக்கம் பக்கம் இருக்கிறவங்களாம் நல்லா சுத்தமாக நல்லா க்ளீனாக வச்சுக்கலாம்.
வாரம் வாரம் வந்து க்ளீன் பண்ணாங்கன்னா க்ளீனாக இருக்கும், நல்லா சுத்தமாகவும் இருக்கும், ரோடு பார்க்க அழகாகவும் இருக்கும்.
Meanwhile, Chennaites hope that the Clean Drive Chennai would be a regular feature.
This is a massive attempt to beautify our city, but its success is only ensured when you and me contribute effectively to make our city Singara Chennai. With camera person Madan, this is Krishnamurthy for NDTV Hindu.
Moving on, now after killer MTC buses, the overhead electricity lines and live cables could come a close second, it seems. More than 40 people in Tamil Nadu get electrocuted every single month. Now, if that stuns you, here's the ultimate shocker. Such cases could easily have been avoided by the State Electricity Board had they been more proactive. Pratiksha Ramkumar brings you this special story. This is where 17-year-old Harish was electrocuted on the 6th of June. Had the TNEB officials acted in time, his life could have been saved. 30 minutes before he rode his cycle into a puddle, a live wire had fallen in the water. Alert residents informed TNEB officials, but no action was taken.
1 hour அப்படியே ரோட்லயே மருந்து கிடக்குறான். எங்களுக்கு கிட்ட விடல ஃபுல்லா போலீஸ் இருந்துட்டு கூட இன்னும் சப்ளை இருக்கு. அந்த guilty should be punished. ஏன்னா the negligence, pure negligence of police, corporation department, electricity department.
Live wires posing a danger is not a rarity at all in Chennai. Last year, the residents of Puliyanthop held a protest after a 6-year-old boy touched an uncovered junction box, and very recently, a 7-year-old girl suffered an electric shock in Kandanchavadi.
So I touched it, I got shocked, then I thought I was rolling down and falling.
I'm standing now on a building on the main Kandanchavadi road, a building that houses a fancy store, a vegetable shop and a browsing center. and this is where a high power voltage line is actually passing by without any kind of insulation or protection, and it is so reachable that a person standing in this staircase can actually reach it without even trying. In fact, my finger right now is just a centimeter away from the wire.
Shockingly, death from electrocution has only been on the rise in the state. A whopping 3,500 people have been electrocuted in Tamil Nadu in the last 10 years. 1,400 in Chennai alone. Doctors say the sheer number of electric shock victims is a huge cause of worry and warn that even mild electric shocks could have long-term effects on the body.
It could be from instant death to serious life-threatening complications to a simple burn, patient just being thrown off. It could be quite variable.
When contacted, this is what the Tamil Nadu Electricity Board said. Many contractors construct buildings without following proper guidelines. That is when buildings come very close to the transmission lines. We do work on shifting the posts when we get complaints. We know about situations only when we get complaints from residents. The lack or delay in response is only when our staff is attending to other work. The rules are clear. The onus on safety lies with the State Electricity Board. It has to ensure that overhead lines are secure. Obviously, that is not being done, even after hundreds of compensation claims have been decided in favor of the victims by the courts. The TNEB refuses to wake up and instead chooses to pass the buck. In Chennai, with camera person Raja Singh and Pratiksha Ramkumar, Evelyn Matthew for NDTV Hindu. Well, quite a dangerous state of affairs. Do stay away from one if you do happen to catch a glimpse of one. Now, living up to the new government's promises on improving agricultural production in the state here, Amma has told the Assembly today that the water resources are one sector that will have to be strengthened. She added that close to 15.24 lakh acres of land will in fact benefit by the scheme to be implemented at a cost of 2,547 crores. Farmers, in fact, from several districts are expected to be benefited by this specific plan.
தமிழகத்தில் உபவடிநில கட்டமைப்பு முறையில் ஒருங்கிணைந்த நீர்வள ஆதார மேலாண்மையின் மூலம் பாசன நீர் வழங்கும் சேவை மற்றும் பாசன நில வேளாண் உற்பத்தி திறன் ஆகியவற்றை மேம்படுத்துவதே இத்திட்டத்தின் நோக்கமாகும். தெரிவு செய்யப்பட்ட 60 உபவடிநிலங்களின் 15,24,607 ஏக்கர் பாசன பரப்படங்கிய பாசன அமைப்புகளை நவீனப்படுத்துவதன் மூலம் பெருமளவு நீர் விநியோகத்தினை மேம்படுத்த இத்திட்டம் முனைகிறது.
Moving on, in some more news from the city campuses now. At the close end of the counselling session at the Anna University campus, 104,000 students have gotten admissions, while there is also a vacancy of 45,065 university seats in the state. The Vice Chancellor, Mr. Mannar Jawahar, has in fact added that at most of the university campuses, the most popular courses were that of electronic and mechanical engineering. While the dates of reopening have not been decided yet, there have been reassurances that ragging for one has been eliminated with the latest measures undertaken. Up ahead on headlines now. It's been a long wait, but don't miss these year-to-year smiles thanks to the Supreme Court's intervention in the state's pending syllabus issue.